Good morning, Miramar, and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Tamara G. As always, check us out on all of our social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at City of Miramar. And with us today, we have our very hardworking mayor. He's in his office. He is always working hard for the city, and he is going to be presenting the State of the City address that is coming up very soon. So, welcome back to the program, Mr. Mayor.
Thanks. Thanks for having me. Good to see you, Tamara.
No problem. So, Mayor Messam, everyone is always excited about the state of the city because this is really telling us where we're going, where we've been the last year, and just holding accountability for city officials and what is happening in the city. So, tell us what we're looking for this year.
Well, as you know, the state of the city is my conversation with our community to talk about the affairs of the city, to have a great opportunity to share some of the accomplishments over the past fiscal year, what to expect over the upcoming year, as well as delve into some of the challenges and opportunities that our city face. And I'm just really excited to be remote again, off site, to one of our corporate residents to be able to share the story of Miramar.
Wow. And so, where are we going this year?
Well, this year we're going to Fanatics, and for the sports enthusiasts, many of you may see Fanatics on billboards on championship games. Fanatics is the premier and global memorabilia company, and they make whatever you desire. And they have an excellent ability to make creative and unique gifts. So, for example, like everyone was on cloud nine when the Florida Panthers won the Stanley Cup. So let's
Mhm.
say, for example, they'll get an autographed puck for you, as well as some of the melted ice from the winning game. That's just how unique. And they have cards, they have jerseys, you name it. So we have an opportunity to be there. You can meet their team. And little folks know that this global company is headquartered right here in the beautiful city of Miramar.
I was just about to say, Mr. Mayor, I had no idea, and I've heard of Fanatics for years, did not realize that they were headquartered in Miramar.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
And so this is really what the state of the city is all about too, introducing residents and those who may be wanting to come into the city, whether to live, to work, or to play, about the different companies and the different things that the city has to offer, right?
Of course, sometimes when you live in a city like Miramar in the heart of South Florida, you only see the city through the lens of your personal life. So whether you're going from work or your business, back at home, perhaps some, you know, um, private pleasures you do in the community, but you have no idea of the economy, the drivers of the city, the corporate residents that are here. You pass by these buildings and you are oblivious to what goes on inside those walls. And to be able to have the state of the city in these locations gets to show not only how great and dynamic our city is, but you get a great appreciation of the businesses that are here.
I'm always surprised every year, and thank you once again for inviting me to MC. I've MC'd it several times in the past. I'm always excited and surprised by the number of people who come out because, we hear all the time that people aren't interested in their local politics. They don't want to know what's going on in their city, yet the state of the city really brings people out to see what's going on.
Yeah, I think we've, because this journey, for those residents that have attended over the years, we're really telling a story. When I first did my first state of the city, it was really more so about what the residents wanted in their community. Miramar lacked a lot of places to go eat. Miramar lacks the housing diversity. There's just so much wanting in the community. And over the years, the city of Miramar, we have been able to listen to our stakeholders, which are our residents and our business community. And now some of these desires are actually now reality. So to be able to kind of remind residents of where we've come from to where we are and to where we're going it's been really fun weaving that storyline and seeing everything manifest. And this year, We are going to continue our conversation. Last year, the theme was Miramar, your forever city, meaning no matter where you are in whatever stage of your life, Miramar has something to offer. And now we're talking about how Miramar has grown up, how we're meeting the needs of our community. And now we're focusing now on how Miramar is spreading its wings internationally. I want to share with the community how the city has grown as an international player and how we have been able to attract foreign direct investment in our city, how these companies are creating jobs and doing great things in our city, and letting residents know that, if, for example, if you're work for a company or you're a business and you want to expand internationally, the city of Miramar is not only a player, but can help you make that step.
And of course, the State of the City is happening next Wednesday, October 30th at Fanatics. That's 15701 Southwest 29th Street in Miramar from 6:30 to 8 p.m. You encourage everyone to come out and register at MiramarSOTC2024.eventbrite.com. Will there be discussion about what is happening, Mr. Mayor, about on the east side of town, the historic part, and how Miramar really is growing from the east to the west?
Yeah, we have a holistic approach to our city. We talk about the developments and the investments that we've made in our infrastructure, the affordable housing projects that are taking place, which includes the East as well as Central and West Miramar. As it relates to our city, I am very intentional about talking about our resources and how it's benefiting all of the city of Miramar. And in fact, as years move forward in the city of Miramar, the East is going to be very active because we have basically developed all of our last remaining large parcels of land. And now the growth in our city will take place from redevelopment along the 441 corridor. It is an interesting and exciting phase of the city where you have property owners that are assembling land in East Miramar and will be making their proposals for projects that will be coming to the city of Miramar. We're really excited about that. There's a lot of opportunity, and we hope our residents come out like they always do to learn more about what's going on in Miramar.
If you're just tuning in, we are speaking with our very wonderful mayor, Mayor Wayne M. Messam of the City of Miramar, and he is going to be delivering his State of the City address on October 30th. It is a yearly event, and as we mentioned earlier, that people do come out. They want to know what is happening in the city. They want to know how it's growing. Out maybe if it's not growing, they just want to know. And I love the fact that citizens are getting involved. Would there be a chance for them to speak with you and talk with you about any of their concerns during that time?
For sure. Typically, after the state of the city, I'm always out with the residents to interface and address and have conversations with them. Always have an open door policy, and hopefully after the presentation, will address many of the questions. But really, we are really touching bases with our community, showing the theme this year is our local roots and global reach. Local roots meaning that we have really planted ourselves in providing services for our community. We have infrastructure in place. We have housing in place. We have places for recreation in our parks, collaborations with the county. So our roots are strong. So now it's about expanding our global reach so that we can expand opportunities to the city of Miramar, so we can create more economic output, creating more jobs, creating more entertainment, creating more visitors, creating all the things that make a great city. The city of Miramar, we're not um, the Miramar of 2010. We're the Miramar of 2024, and a lot has changed. And we are adapting. I had a great opportunity to host a delegation from Italy today that are in town to attend the FITSE conference at the Broward County Convention Center. There are some great activities with our Italian brands that are here in the city of Miramar, and we're trying to attract even more to create more businesses and more opportunities in the city of Miramar.
Well, let's talk about that. Mr. Mayor, because as you mentioned, it's not the Miramar of 2010 or 2005 or any of that. And that was when the population was about 60,000. What is the population now for Miramar?
Our official population by census is about 136,000, but we know that our population is more around 150 because everyone is counted during the census. We had about a 78% participation during
Which
the
is
last
great. That's
census, which
awesome.
is awesome, which is awesome. But still, there's over 20+% uncounted.
Right.
However, but because the city has grown, we want to ensure that we have a pulse of who's here, what their needs are, so that they can be properly served. So by connecting with our residents, being on platforms like this, we're asking everyone to register. The state of the city is absolutely free. Do know there is limited seating, so we ask that you RSVP if you know you're coming. Don't take up seats that you know you're not going to occupy. So let's be courteous to our fellow neighbors. But we do look forward to seeing our residents, and the audience is a wide range because our audience tends to be our residents that are curious about what's happening, the business community, as well as visitors. So we know that we have three core stakeholders that are very eager to know how their city is running, how we've done, and where we're going. And I'm excited to share that story.
And I know one story that has been in the news, you've been on the news about it, is of course that incinerator.
Yes.
And I'm sure that's going to come up somewhere in the state of the city because people are really concerned about that. And I'm sure you're going to address that in some type of way.
Oh, yes. I'll talk about the incinerator, currently where it is, on November 6th, day after the elections. The Miami-Dade County Board of County Commissioners will be making their decisions, and the city of Miramar, as you've seen, have been very aggressive in opposition against this incinerator. And through the help of our residents and our active opposition to this, has put the city of Miramar in the position where we are today. And we hope that the Miami-Dade County Board of County Commissioners make the right decision and not select Airport West as the site for what will be America's largest incinerator.
Wow. Yeah, we don't want that in Miramar's backyard. No, thank you. But you know what? And I love the fact that with the state of the city, you do address the issues, everything that's going great for the city and everything that we need to work to improve on as well.
Exactly. Challenges are opportunities, and that's how I treat them. Let's deal with our challenges head on. When we address them head on, we provide certainty to our residents. We identify what the problem is, we identify the resources that are required to address them, and then we put a plan in place to be able to eradicate, so to speak, on that challenge. But I see them as opportunities. Challenges are only a problem when they're ignored and
Mhm.
not dealt with in a transparent way. And that's what we're here for. And it's been a pleasure to talk about challenges over the years. For example, storm drainage was a challenge in East Miramar and still tends to be. However, we've invested over $100 million in our storm management and storm drainage um, um, system in East Miramar. And we told that story with our residents. We addressed the problem. We told them how much it was going to cost. We gave the phasing plan in which we have addressed it. There are six phases to this project, and we're entering into phase 6 right now. So we thank our residents for their patience, and we have definitely taken many strides. So that's just one example of how we take a problem, take a challenge, and turn it into an opportunity. And with this incinerator, you do know that your city is working very hard and being very diligent as it relates to this opposition. And we will continue until the matter is put to rest.
I love that you brought that up, Mr. Mayor, because that was the example that I was just about to say is, Miramar always tackles a problem. I remember when it was a big problem with the flooding and everything and the whole infrastructure and how they, put the pipes in, the new piping, and just to make it to where that it wouldn't flood over in East Miramar. So that was one of the big issues that was going on a couple of years ago, and it's being mitigated. Like you said, it's in phase 6 now. So being mitigated, many other issues that have come up, but the city is right on it. I love how you guys are behind the affordable housing, even making it affordable for city employees to be able to live in some of the apartment complexes and some of the condos, so that you guys have made that agreement that they have to, create a space for the employees of the city.
Exactly. And we know that housing is a big challenge, and we'll talk about that during the State of the City. And we use and leverage opportunities when developers are seeking entitlement or zoning changes for their developments. We use it as an opportunity for them to partner with the city. Well, if you want a zoning change, well, we have this issue with housing. You're building housing units, you know, for all of those units to be market rate, simply isn't going to work. We have to find a way to incorporate workforce and affordable housing for some of our residents, and do it in a way where we're sensitive to developers. We don't necessarily want to change the complexion of their project, but we do know that our essential workers, our police officers, our teachers, our utility workers, a rookie cop, a young lawyer, they should be able to live in the city that they're serving in. And we know that and the developers in our city, they've been more than amenable to work with the city. And I think that's why we're able to put in the hundreds of housing units that can be afforded by our residents.
And also, the one development that I'm thinking about right now is the one that's at the corner of Hiatus, and I believe that is Red Road. It stays busy with that new Flanagan's in it and the new Italian restaurant and all of that. I think there's even a Publix maybe in there too. I know it's some other stuff, but man, that plaza is like jumping all the time, and it seems like people are really enjoying being able to, maybe just walk across the street and get something to eat versus having to get in their car and go to another city.
Yeah, that's the whole key of urban planning. Town center down to Flamingo presents an amazing opportunity for mixed use developments. What that does is provide the opportunity to commingle housing with retail, office, where people can literally live, work, and play, which requires less vehicles. The modality of mobility to get to essential services and to work are not as great. People literally can walk to work in those environments. Like Town Center is really has come to life with its density and its mixed use. And as we add more retail businesses to Town Center, it really has transformed into basically an urban downtown area. So, which is really great to see.
That's right. And all of the events that go on the plaza or at the cultural center, they can just walk downstairs and go right across the street. So that's a good thing too. All right. So we are going to, of course, invite everyone to come out once again to the wonderful event that is happening, the State of the City on October 30th. Yours truly is going to be emceeing. It's going to be with our mayor, Mayor Wayne M. Messam, on Wednesday, October 30th, 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Fanatics. 15701 Southwest 29th Street in Miramar. Please register at MiramarSOTC2024.eventbrite.com. Again, that is MiramarSOTC2024.eventbrite.com. As the mayor said, it is limited seating. So please, if you are not going to come, please don't sign up. But if you are going to come, definitely register
Yeah.
so we'll have a count. And I'm going to throw it up one more time so people can get that once more. And anything else that you would like to say to our viewers before we go and before we see you next Wednesday, October 30th, Mayor?
I would tell our residents, to take advantage of coming a little earlier, definitely by on time. We will have refreshments there. Use that opportunity to meet other neighbors, to meet some of our businesses. It's a great networking opportunity at the State of the City. I know there's a lot of buildup for the address, which is noted, but you have a great opportunity to meet your neighbors, to network, and it's one of my favorite events to do to be able to have this conversation. I'm looking forward to having it on October 30th.
All right. Thank you once again, Mayor of Miramar, Mayor Wayne M. Messam. Thank you so much for joining us on Good Morning Miramar. We look forward to seeing you next week at the State of the City on October 30th. I'm Tamara G., your host. Until next time, see you.